If you've ever felt like you're doing all the right things, but still running into resistance everywhere, systems that don't serve you, red tape at every turn, and constant pressure to do more to stay afloat, you're not crazy. You're not built for Babylon. Hi, I'm Lori Lynn Greene, the author of Assignment ID, Discovering and Aligning with Your God Assignment for This Season of Life. And today we're going to be talking about how Babylon isn't just a city, but it's a system, and we're supposed to be in the world, but not of the world. And we're supposed to be following the way that God has designed us to. And a lot of that comes when we are in the assignment He has called us to do for this season of life. Now, let's first talk about Babylon. It's not just a city, but a system. In scripture, it wasn't just a physical place, it was a spiritual and economic system built on greed, control, and confusion. And we know who the author of those things are. Today, we see the same spirit operating in modern systems, from healthcare and education to government and even the church in some places. These are systems that claim to serve but often control, delay, and drain. In Revelation 18:4, it says, "Come out of her, my people, lest you share her sins and receive her plagues." And what do these plagues look like? They can look like being overtaxed, overworked, underserved. In modern life, it mirrors Babylonian system. People are overworked, overtaxed, and often don't own the fruit of their labor. For instance, I was just talking to my husband this morning about we have the illusion of freedom. We have the illusion of owning property. But the moment that you miss a tax payment, they come and take it. Many are caught in these cycles of survival, not success. This impacts women, especially those called to lead and care for families and walk out kingdom assignments, but find themselves drowning in demands God never put on them. In history, if you look at the insight from the Babylonian captivity in 2 Kings 24 and 25, it showed how God's people were placed in a foreign system. Yet even in captivity, God raised up Daniel and Esther voices of influence who did not bow to the system. As believers, do we have that kind of faith? Well, we can begin to say and release heaven on earth in a way that makes that difference, that makes that change from a supernatural place. Assignment misalignment happens in Babylon. What do I mean by that? It's living unaware of how Babylon causes many to serve the system's demands instead of God's voice. They're too busy. God may tell them something. They may get a prophetic word. They may know what they're called to do. Yet in the midst of that, they look at their checkbook to see if they can do it or not, instead of trusting God for the grace to do it and the provision and the resources, etc., that they need. And what happens ultimately is we drift off course. We don't know how we got there. It's kind of like a big ship has a small rudder. And if you're in a ship that has a small rudder and you're going a very short distance, it probably doesn't matter that much. But for the long haul, it can take you hundreds of miles off course. And not only that, if you find yourself feeling more exhaustive but not effective, it's because you're in the system that only rewards performance, but the kingdom rewards obedience. It says obedience is greater than sacrifice. In Romans 12:2, it says, "Do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." So you can't fulfill your God assignment by aligning with a system God never called you to serve. Recognizing Babylon is the first step to walking in supernatural authority in fulfilling your real assignment, the one that carries grace, not burnout. Okay, so the call to action today, what I'd like to tell you to do right now is, if this resonates with you, if you want to learn more about how to align with your God-given assignment, head over to assignmentid.com, drop your name and email so that you can stay in the loop for what's coming. What I'm going to be releasing is a way for you not only to get the book and understand it, but to go through it with you And haven't set it up yet. I don't even have a real formal page. This is just my book page. You put your name and email on the first page. The second page will take you where you can go and buy the book if you want, but I'm not even telling you to do that right now. I just want to know if you want to stay in the loop. I'll be sharing more resources, insights, and support to help you walk boldly and clearly in your current season. If you decide to grab a copy of the book while you're there, even better. But no pressure. Let's just stay connected. Have a blessed day. And remember, Jesus is Lord.